Hello my saucy little home slices. Today we'll continue reading more fan fiction but with Frank Ireo instead, so let's get into it. The one I chose to read is We're Just Friends, Frank Yarrow, by Lily Rose 92. Poppy Breyer is a 16-year-old girl with a best friend, Frank. Their platonic relationship confuses everyone but each other, but things start to change for Frank when Poppy gets involved with somebody else. This one is an older fanfic, but let's see what this is about.
Been fighting with Jamia again. He plopped down on the bed beside me, angrily blowing his fringe out of his hazel-colored eyes. His school shirt was untucked and his tie wasn't straight, his top button undone. He looked scruffy, as he always did. Based on his angry fringe blowing and sulking face, I could tell that he was in a bad mood. He's been my best friend for 10 years, I can always tell when Frankie is in a bad mood.
I feel like I can already tell where this could be going.
It's your fault he sulked, crossing his arms and pouting like a small toddler who wasn't getting their way. It's always your fault.
It's not my fault, I said, rolling my eyes impatiently. It's your fault. Get your girlfriend to trust you.
Oh, the plot thickens.
See, hey race, the thing, Frank Ireo always has a different girlfriend. His current girlfriend, Jamia, is his longest-running girlfriend, yet a total of 6 months. However, they argued every week and Frankie always blames me, but it isn't just Jamia, it's all his girlfriends.
Why would their arguments be your fault?
Let's just face it, Pops. Girls just can't stand a guy with a girl best friend.
Don't call me Pops, I said, scrunching my face to show disapproval. It sounds like I'm your dad.
Is Frank Ireo gonna fall in love with Poppy? What's going on here?
Sorry, Poppy, he said, correcting himself. I might just never mention you to any of my future girlfriends.
They're gonna wonder where the hell you go every night, I responded sarcastically. Maybe when you find a girl who appreciates that I take up 90% of your time, you'll know she's the one.
Imagine dating someone and they never spend time with you cause they gotta hang with their best friend. That sounds awful. In a way, I'm Team Jamia now.
We both stared at each other for a couple seconds, trying to keep a straight face, before bursting into fits of laughter.
The one you're so funny, Pops.
Poppy, I whined.
Poppy needs to help Frankie do his biology homework. He grinned, throwing his science notebook at my face. Poppy's smarter than Frankie.
Why is Frank Ireo talking like that? Also, I have the biggest feeling Poppy and Frank are gonna fall in love.
Stop talking like an idiot, I said, pulling a pen out of my pocket so I can do Frank's homework for him. Oh, when Frank says he needs help doing homework, what he actually means is he needs someone to do his homework for him because he wants to take a nap in their bed.
Poppy.
I heard my older brother coming up the stairs and knocking on my door. Come in, I called. He walked in and saw the familiar sight of Frank napping on my bed while I did 2 loads of homework. My brother was a tall and blonde, with a beard in progress and a lip ring.
You still doing that clown's homework, he said, gesturing towards Frank.
My brother wasn't a huge fan of Frank, mainly because he was in my room every single night, and despite the fact I insisted we weren't involved, it was hard for him to believe. Chill out, Bobby, I joked. He repays me with Starbucks coffee and guitar lessons.
Well, joke's on him. He sulked he's gonna fail his exams anyway. Dinner's ready.
I finished off the homework I wrote out for Frank and ran downstairs to eat. My parents were away on business for a week, so it was just myself and Bob at home. Bob was in college, but he was home to look after me for the week. I admired Bob's cooking abilities as I looked at the plate of scrambled eggs covered in ketchup. Thanks, Bob, I said, shoveling the food into my mouth as if I hadn't eaten in weeks.
How's school, he asked.
Good, I said through a mouthful of egg. I think this guy Gerard might fancy me. He's been checking me out at lunch.
Poppy, I don't ever want to know about any guy checking you out, Bob responded, looking repulsed. You're my little sister, it's disgusting.
I'm 16, I laughed. Get used to it.
Won't Frankie get mad if you start dating some other guy, he said.
We're just friends, I exclaimed. I probably said this sentence about 5 times a day to various different people, but nobody ever seemed to accept it. Nobody understood the relationship that I had with Frank. He had been my best friend for a decade. He lived in the house behind mine, and I had probably spent every day with him since he had moved here. We were completely comfortable around one another. It didn't matter, because we were just friends. I wasn't into him that way.
She's being a little defensive, but also me and my best friend have been best friends for 15 years. We are not walking around naked around each other. Who does that?
I headed back upstairs to find Frankie awake and looking over his completed homework.
You're so smart, Pops, he said I haven't got a clue what you wrote down.
Good luck on your midterms, I laughed. So what do you want to do tonight?
Well, he said your parents are away, we could throw a party, get blind drunk, and each other's brains out all night.
We both stared at each other for a few seconds before the hysterical laughter kicked in again. You pick the movie, I said, jumping on the bed next to him and throwing him the TV remote. I'll make the popcorn. Like I said, Frank, Ireo and I are just really good friends.
Okay, well, that was a roller coaster of emotions, and I don't think I want to continue reading this. Well, I hope you enjoyed.
BLAMO out.